This video is part of a series of lessons for TABS, the Automatic Budget System. Expanding TABS. Well, it's been a couple months since you started this venture. By now, you should be settled into living out of your daily living account with a fixed allowance. You should also be getting your automatic bill pay well established. I'm sure you've had to make some adjustments as you probably missed a few bills while you're doing your budget. That's okay. Life will force you to make changes from time to time. By having the budget spreadsheet and separating your money into different accounts, you already have a level of vision into your finances and control over expenses that others don't have. Now that you're getting used to the new way of financial life, it's time to mix it up again, but only a little. This change is a super easy one. Remember, you're not taught to think this way, so they can make more money from your mistakes. This is why you need several weeks to mentally process each step. If it was all thrown at you at once in a 2-day seminar, you'd be overwhelmed. We want you to understand and be comfortable with each step. TABS is so different from anything you've been taught that it takes time for you to adjust. Your next homework assignment is go to your bank and open another checking account. Yes, this will be your third checking account, and it will become your new bills account. Income, debts, cars, and savings still remain in your original account. No, we're not going to open an account for each of those categories. Most banks allow you to have 4 checking accounts before charging a fee for more accounts. If your bank wants to charge a fee for multiple accounts, it may be time to find a new bank. We're going to take your banking from this to this. Here's some logic behind what we're asking you to do. There is a difference between collected money and saved money. Collected money is already committed to one bill or another. Collected money will be spent on a known bill. Think of it as already spent, and you can't spend it twice. It's not saved money for an emergency or new tires. It's collected for some commitment that you've already made. Because of this, you need to separate your collected money from your saved money, so it's not accidentally used for some other purpose like new tires. Saved money might be spent. Something might happen to cause you to need new tires this week. Your original account should also save up some money for car maintenance and emergencies. You do need to save for some unexpected expenses, but this money is not committed to specific bills. You need to know how much you have in each category. That's why we're separating it. Remember, you're not taught to think this way, so they can make more money from your mistakes. Another benefit to multiple accounts is that it helps you to trick your brain so that you don't know exactly how much you have. You can quickly recognize the difference between a $5 bill and a $20 bill. But when you have $1,234 in one account and $4,321 in another account, it takes a while for you to recognize that the total is $5,555. And if you have three accounts with $1,234 and $2,341 and $1,980, your brain never recognizes that the total is still $5,555. All you see is that you have more than $2,000 and possibly more than $3,000. Multiple accounts allows you to hide money in plain sight from yourself. By the way, the same is true with your debts. The more places you owe money to, the less you know what your grand total debt situation is. So the trick with debt is to have very few, ideally none, except a mortgage. With multiple accounts, you have to take real mental effort to do the math to know how much you have. For many people, $1,000 makes them feel good, but it doesn't trigger a spending frenzy because they know the bills are always on the way. But when those same people see $5,000, they can't stop themselves from buying something. Unfortunately, everyone has these tendencies, some more than others. The solution is simple. Don't let yourself see the grand total. And knowing that most of it is already committed to some type of bill should help stop you from spending it. You can hide the total from yourself by spreading your money around over many accounts. Ideally, the more the better. Relax, we're not going to open 30 accounts. There comes a point where you start forgetting that you even have those accounts. Naming them with specific functions helps you remember them and what they are used for, like income, daily living, and bills. Bills are defined by your budget spreadsheet. They are known bills that are not debt payments. That said, there are two debts that are exceptions to this rule, and only two exceptions. One, your bill's credit card, as everything on it should be a bill, and you're paying this card in full every month. It's not really a debt, it's your combined bills. It's payment for some of those items on the bills page of your budget spreadsheet. So pay your bills credit card from this bills checking account. Pay it in full every month. The other exception is your home mortgage and equity loans. You'll have to see the lesson and spreadsheet on mortgage as hours worked to better understand this. That's also why it's on the bills page instead of the debts page of the budget. Now's not the time to explain it. For now, just know that your mortgage and equity loans are considered bills, not debts, and should not be paid off early. Your mortgage and equity loans should be paid from this bills checking account. On your new bills checking account, you'll need to get checks to pay for those items that aren't put on the bills credit card. Don't get debit cards. If you need a card, use your bills credit card. Don't have this account linked to your daily living debit card. Don't get overdraft protection. You must learn some responsibility. Don't get any other screwy savings options like keep the change or roundup. Don't have the bank start any automated transfers to this account. If you have the bank start automatic transfers, you may not be able to change them yourself. Do make sure that your current home login will access this account. When you get the checks for this account, start an automatic recurring weekly transfer from your old checking account to your new bills checking account. Make the transfer for the amount shown on your budget overview page in the bills section in the block with no color. You can round this number to the nearest $10. This change should not impact your daily living allowance. The first few months of collected money should be in your original account. You may need to transfer some from that account to this new bills account to cover some bills. Your original account can now be called your income, debts, cars, savings account, income for short. And no, we're not going to open an account for each of those categories. You should probably repeat this lesson at least one time. Remember, you're not taught to think this way, so they can make more money from your mistakes. See you next week.